our outlets to express ourselves to the world, is our flagship program, Matters Arising. Join veteran broadcaster Ruben Ukala and our crack team live.
And they give us a high price, and we just say, Nigeria, we ready?
As I said earlier, the lyrics is up talking about the old new national.
On Kaftan TV, StarTimes channel 480 and 124, as well as Large Concert frequency 12518, symbol rate 29500. Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. live. You can join the conversation by calling this phone number 0802 993 8365. It's dramatic and insightful. Don't miss it. Please join us. When we say on Kaftan TV, imagine a beautiful world, we're not just bragging. We know our onions in the world of broadcasting. One of our outlets to express ourselves to the world is our flagship program, Matters Arising. Join veteran broadcasters.
A very good evening as you join us on Joy Asanya Live this beautiful evening. Today, as you already know, it's Wednesday and we always have the Eduvention hour here on the program. Today is no different, and in fact we would be discussing how you can position eduventionally. That would be our topic for today. How can you position eduventionally? We have spoken severally about the very many steps, branches of the concept of eduvention. Today is no different. Dr. James Komolafe will be taking us through how you can position. This lifestyle protocol will help your mental, will help you emotionally, will help you financially, as he always says, even spiritually, to be at the apex of your production. Well, we'll go for a short breakdown. When we return, it will be time to get into the discussion. How can you position eduventionally to operate at the apex? Interesting, isn't it? We'll be right back.
While wrapping up the day, unwind with the reminiscence of the day's news from home and abroad with Kaftan TV 7 p.m. news.
Good to have you join us on Kaftan News at 7.
Are living in Athens. 5% are young people. We propose the Harmony Symphony.
It's good to have you join us on Kaftan TV News at 7.
We found that the 10 naira card is not actually sufficient.
National, foreign news headlines. Get balanced, accurate facts on the latest news in business, politics, entertainment, sports, and more. Live from our studios.
Many thanks for watching. Join us again at 9
Kaftan
p.m.
TV News.
Yes, there is news on your device, but hearing an analyst's perspective is the icing on the cake that Daybreak Africa provides. Break. Start your day with prompt analysis of the latest news, trends,
and then you see these people, they're so agile, they can do it.
Politics.
We have to go back to that regional system. That is the foundation of this country, for God's sake.
Entertainment, fashion, culinary skills,
So first I'm going to be pouring the oil inside the pot and I will...
religious and cultural events amongst others on Daybreak Africa. For a rich mix of analysis on current issues, tune in daily from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on channel 480 and 124 on Star Times.
When we say on Kaftan TV, imagine a beautiful world, we're not just bragging. We know our onions in the world of broadcasting. One of our outlets to express ourselves to the world is our flagship program, Matters Arising. Join veteran broadcaster Ruben Okala and our crack team live.
And they give us a high price, and we just say, Nigeria, we ready?
As I said earlier, the lyrics is up, talking about the old new national.
On Kaftan TV, Star Times channel 480 and 124, as well as Night Concert frequency 125.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at Kaftan Television,
We imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At Kaftan TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
it's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria.
And around the world to create signal.
At Kaftan Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on Kaftan TV, imagine a beautiful world.
Welcome back from that. In the studio is Dr. James Komolafe to go into this topic that I mentioned earlier, which is positioning via Eduvention dimension. Doctor, it's good to see you.
Good to be here. Good to see you. Eduventionally speaking.
Eduventionally speaking, that's a new one. But let's get into this topic before we get into the several positions. I know there are over about 10 that we would be addressing today. However, positioning via Eduvention dimensions. What? Give us a small concept note, a short concept note on what it really means.
The best time to live and to exist is now, where you have myriads of problems, challenges here and there. And you know, eduventional people are people who are dastard, pointed, pivotal, and dynamic.
Okay, yeah, I need you to say I need you to say it again. I need you to say it again this time, remembering that you're a pastor, and very often pastors such as yourself go out to say you would not have any problem. They'll declare a very
that is unconventional.
Well, Doc, let me just land. Okay. Very often you hear pastors say, "I am declaring a road without hitches for you. You're going to have a very splendid week, no hitches, no challenges, and all of that." I thought that was the stand, and in fact, I've had people argue with me. But you're now telling us that, eduventionally speaking, challenges are a good thing.
Challenges are part and parcel of daily lifestyle and daily existence.
Okay.
The challenges you face determines what comes out of you, because you see, Joy, when you are pressed, anything inside you comes out.
Right.
So Eduvention says the best time to be is now, where you are pressed
left, right,
on every side, everywhere you are being pressed. So you have an anger, it spills out.
Right.
You have a passion, it spills out. And you see, until your flow is touched, there's no flow.
Until your flow is touched
and
crushed, there's no flow. Nobody gets to see.
Nobody gets to see what you carry inside.
Right.
So Eduvention is positioning people at such a time like this, because when you are eduventional by culture, by custom, and by creed, you know what? You are not a problem. You are a solution, looking for problems to attack frontally. And when you have supply meeting demand, you determine the equilibrium.
Right.
And that is the positioning Eduvention is offering people.
So for some people who will be listening to you say, is this guy buying gas in the same stations I get to buy? Are you
swearing?
Everything is swearing.
But by the virtue of Eduvention, I know what to do, what to press, what to touch, in order to also increase my income and my earnings. Because you see, when you are Eduventioner, you become a multiple answer looking for problems. Looking for challenges, not the other way around.
Okay.
Where everybody is running from pillar to post, looking for who will solve my problem.
Right.
No. Eduvention positions you as potential, looking for problems to arrest.
Looking for problems to arrest.
Yes.
Very
so all Eduventional people are police officers.
Right. Not literal, I hope.
Not the literal police officer, but looking for one problems or the other, there to route through what they have for resources, for resourcefulness, and responsibility. 3 R's. The resources are there, inherent, the resourcefulness, the skill you need. And when you have resources on one hand and the resourcefulness on the other hand, wow. It becomes a natural consequence to take responsibility. And responsibility is a game, not a fight in the school of Eduvention.
It's
a game you play. And you need just 3 buttons to play them, to play it. 1, your ability, what you have, your reality, the circumstances woven within, meant to be worked out of you. And then the activity you perform by the side. And then you roll out. And you can't roll out without impact. And when you make impact, you hit the coastal waves of problems with your potential, you have production. And where you are productive, you create value. And when you create value, resources, income comes to you because there is an outgoing. Where there is an outgoing, there is also an incoming.
So is there a time frame to this? Because it's, a lot of people will say, okay, let's do this. I want to be responsible. I want to be responsive. What's the other R?
Okay. You have resources.
No, the resources comes last.
The resource. No, it's responsibility because you need the resources.
Okay.
And the capacity to manage the resources efficiently and effectively, so that you can be responsible, and which I call resourcefulness. In other words, you have the resources,
right?
But you need the fullness of tact, discretion, to be able to administer, release in the necessary quantum these resources, and that's where resourcefulness comes in.
Right.
And when you have the amalgam of the two, of course, you become responsible because you will know what to do,
when to
and
do
also why you are doing it,
right?
When to do it, and every other.
Okay, so Dr. Komolafe,
fixing
for people listening to you right now and saying, "Yep, yes, I want to follow these 3 R's Doctor has reeled out right now."
To get positioned.
At what point would they start seeing results? Because I mean, I've seen a lot of people work really hard. You see them. Why are you?
You see me nodding my head. Eduvention is not necessarily about working hard.
Okay.
But working smart.
But you do see them, and
being able to be strategic.
It seems like that level of resources do not come. They are responsible. They are resourceful.
But the resources are not there, and that's why you need to be eduventional. Because when you are eduventional, there is the education part of you, and there is the intervention part of you. And eduvention says you need to know what to do, the no-grow strategy. You know, you grow, you show it. You know what to do, grow what to do, to be able to showcase what to do,
right?
So that you can create the much needed intervention. And usually, Joy, in the school of Eduvention, potential is usually a very tiny bit, like a catalyst.
Right.
So there is that catalytical role you play at each time and at each point where you see a problem. You just arrest it, hook, line, and sinker, because you are eduventional.
Right. Speaking
you are
about,
not just education.
I think it's time to go into those dimensions.
Yes, to get positioned by eduvention.
To get positioned.
Yes, by eduvention is positioning people, individuals, families, organizations, and whatever you do, whoever you are, for what you have. There's a place for you.
For whoever you are,
whatever you do, for whatever you have.
Okay, so let's get to the dimensions. Dr. James, I want us to really go through all 10 of these
positioning
strategies,
yes,
just so that I'm sure a lot of people at the moment are wondering. Let's get down to it already.
Quick, you need it.
So number 1 is
sight.
Okay.
What you see is the opportunity you seize. Many are the eyes that look, but very few sees. Very few see. So what can you see? When you see it with the eduventional lens, wow, then you know where to tweak, where to shift,
Doc,
you know where to stand.
You're still being a bit vague.
Okay, yes, ask me question.
What should one look out for so that you're not just looking, you're seeing?
Good. Do you know? The power of the eyes is so unique that you see, anything you see on the outside has a reflective capacity on your inside.
Okay.
So as soon as I see this radius of light, a message flips through my mind to say, wow, this is light. And in this light, I see so many things out there, reconciling it with what is here inside. So the capacity for sight is simply vision. Now, vision is not what you see when you sleep. It's actually what you see
when you're awake.
When you are wide, not just awake, you must be wide awake.
I see.
To be eduventional and as to be able to see. So better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of a desire. Many people out there wander in their desires just because they like that capacity for sight. They have eyes where they look and say, and see people, myriads of problems and all of that. You see, you can see a cup with half fee and you say it's half empty and all of that. It's still about sight.
Right. You choose to see.
You see opportunities, you call it opposition, and you begin to bind the devil.
Which is
because your eyes, you don't want problems. Ha! Your poverty level will rise and ascend like a tower.
So embrace problems.
You have to embrace problem with who you are, for what you have, and what you can do to route it. And it's not all problems you have capacity to embrace.
I was about to say that.
Yes, you are wired and woven specifically, uniquely, and particularly. And that's where your dynamism comes through. So what you can see,
I need you to just
we tickle on the inside.
Dr. James Komolafe, I wake up one morning and I want to be president. I want to be senator. I probably do not have what it takes. I've never tried leadership roles and all of that. Is that a problem to myself that eduventionally speaking is welcomed? But remember, I have some chances to become that president.
Well, physically, by calendrical age, you can become president by the reason of our laws. You can vote and be voted for.
That's by the reason of the law.
By the reason of the law. But do you have the resources?
And mental capacity.
Do you have the resourcefulness to be able to stand up from among your peers and the myriads of people around you to say, hey, vote my candidacy, Joy Asonye, for president?
I mean, I like the ring.
You will be deceiving yourself and building castle in the air, because you see, Eduvention says while you are factual, you have to also be truthful and real with yourself.
Right.
Have you been able to build that social infrastructure? Do you have the connectivity required? Where is your grassroots and every other stuff you need to have a reason from? Because Eduvention is principle. Eduvention says, now that you know the principle, climb through the practice and just rise.
And rise.
But a child who is just being weaned by the mother is put in secondary school. What happens?
Yeah, just to skip steps.
It skips step and skips life as well. So you see, life is step by step and by step, because you are not going to put yourself there as president.
I just needed to bring that.
You possibly will be president in your own constituency as a journalist. So you start from there,
right? From
journalistic eduventional template, and then you cut down some other areas where you have not done that. Your candidacy will become an unpopular one.
I needed to give
conventionally violent.
I really didn't see that coming. However, I just needed to give context to when you said, while you embrace problems, there are certain problems that are beyond you. So
problems and challenges are in measures.
Right.
So there is the one that you can just measure up to. And you see, that's why when you are eduventional by language and by lifestyle, you soon discover that each time you position by your sight, you will know whether you will measure up or mess up. And whichever way of the divide, you do it big time. It's a gallant approach. You either mess up big time or measure up big time by the power of your sight. So Eduvention says, hey, position is critical, and the first of the step in the staircase is sight. What can you see?
Right.
What do you see? How do you see it? So it's an in, out, in thing.
Right.
The time.
Have we exhausted sight? Because
we haven't. We can stay here for the rest of the year.
No, I would rather we do not. I would rather we do not.
So what you see matters. Your capacities for sight matters a whole lot. Not just what you see with your eyes. I can see camera and all of that. As soon as you see, you must be able to relate and
right. Does it matter also
to be able to respond?
Does it matter also the what you see as per the negativity, or because some people see something that's seemingly simple, but they see all the negative part of it. Like you said, you see opposition instead of an opportunity.
It's still a question of sight.
How can one develop
capacity to see positive? Life is not just positive. We have to be realistic.
I'm talking about strategies, human beings.
Yes.
People are my viewers.
In fact, I like seeing negatives, because negatives are developed in the dark room of life. So where you can find negative and you carry light in the dark room, of course, everywhere will become luminary.
Right.
And at that end, you'll be able to know which button to press by the power of Eduvention and to get the result.
Okay. So before we let
the
that
presence of light is the absence of darkness.
Right. And right. So before let's just let that position.
So sight, you can't compromise.
Position number one go.
Yes.
And the takeaway here is look beyond your eyes,
your ordinary
eyes, and look out for the positives.
Yes. Each time you see, there is a tickling on the inside saying, wow, this is for you.
Right.
This is not for you.
Right.
Where it is for you, you stand out and stand up. Okay. Where it is not for you, you clear off.
Well, you would sometimes get into that to know the difference.
Yes.
Right. Let's go to number 2 of it, which is size.
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 Why number 1 step says sight, what you can see. Number 2 is a cascade from number 1, how you see it. You see it's so tiny and you can't go beyond this. No. Life is a daily aggregation. You build on yesterday's successes, prowesses, and all of that. So bigger picture reality says, what can you do to increase, to expand, to enlarge? So you see, the bigger, let me borrow a religious language, the bigger your Goliath, wider and stronger your Goliath, the least the opportunity to miss him. So when you begin to develop appetite to solving big problems, quote and unquote, just because of what you have and carry on the inside, then you are going to be positioned. And you see, they say there is just, it's lonely at the top.
Isn't it?
Yes, that's what they say.
What is it?
Eduventionally speaking, it could be lonely at the top because not too many people out there will dare to dare it. Say, no, why will I be different? This is a Goliath. I dare not risk it. So Eduvention says be prepared to take the risk when you know what to do and you have the needed resource in your hand, not in your head. A small boy called David brought down a giant Goliath, not because of what he necessarily had in his head, but what was in his hand to engage.
Okay.
So the bigger your level of engagement,
did you not need to apply some skills he must have learned, which is in his head?
That is secondary. If you have the skill there and you can't scale through with it, then you are of no use to the society, let alone yourself. So eduventionally speaking, if you will have to be positioned, go the extra mile, come out of the competitive scale and stand up to stand out to see bigger problems for which you can engage. Bigger in terms of size, bigger in terms of quality and quantity. And you see, once you become a eduventioner, you are a catalytic being. Just a little from you will cause a spiral effect. And you are changing the whole society and creating the much needed shift around. How do I mean? You want to set this whole place ablaze. pour gasoline or PMS.
Right?
That's a stick of man. I'm talking of a revolutionary trend now.
Right.
I'm not talking about this beautiful place.
Right. Thank you very much, Dr. James Komolafe.
That is uneduventional.
It's completely uneduventional. But at this point, we'll go for a short break. Again, he didn't mean it literally. We'll be right back to discuss more. This is Joy Asanye Live, the Eduvention Hour. Welcome back from that very short break. Dr. James Komolafe is still right here to give us this positioning eduventionally. We've got just to just 2 out of 10 positioning. Dr. James, it seems like we'll have to just run through what we have here. If we finish, we finish. Okay. It is what it is. So let's get to number 3 quickly.
Number 3 is
secret. Right, secret.
You need secret. It is the secret you have that delivers you from sweat.
Oh, you need secrets
to be delivered from sweat.
Okay.
Life is not about sweating it out.
Right.
When you have a secret, it's just like a key to a huge door.
Okay.
You don't stay by the door and start forcing your way through and praying and fasting that the door must open. You hit it and all that. Just get that tiny steel thing called the key. Be able to identify the very pigeonhole there where you can insert it, and with just a little effort, the door opens up to you. Secret operates that way.
I'm a bit confused. Can you tell? Because when you say secret, is it secret from your life experiences?
Secret about life scenarios, situations out there.
Situations?
What people are passing through, they don't know the way out. Instead of struggle, die hard struggling. And know that one day something will happen.
So when you figure out the solution,
it's a secret to you.
Right. Now
to you.
Right.
Until you unravel it, it remains a secret for years. And you see, some of the blue chips company and frontline organizations are thriving in their brands because their secrets are concealed. I happened to enter a brewing company some 30, 40 years ago, and they told me, young man, what you people drink out there is this pebble. We just put it into the bottle, add water and some color, and you drink it. I sailed to take one. The man said, never. Nobody will permit you because that's our secret. So where you have a secret to a particular situation or solution, you are positioned. It's a positioning on its own.
Okay.
So when we talk about eduventional positioning, it's not just about a physical, spatial, or geographical location. It could be institutional, it could be regional, it could be occupational, it could be whatever. It's positioning. And what is positioning? The power of identity mingled with your personal authority.
Okay.
Positions you. Identity, who you are. Authority, what gives you a standing. Why you get positioned. So when you have the two, you are positioned. You are standing. And if you don't stand for something, people say,
fall for anything.
And for everything. So the secret you have is actually positioning in nature. If you know what to do and do what you know, according to Eduvention.
Okay, with that we move on to
so what secret do you have?
I would rather not share.
I got you right there.
I would rather not
so
share.
That doesn't go public.
So that it doesn't go public when I'm not ready.
When you're not ready.
Exactly. So let's talk about solution.
Yes.
That's number 4.
The number 4. Incidentally, all of them are S. 10S. Have you discovered that?
I just saw that now.
It is functionally compliant.
Solution.
Yes. The site, the size, the secret, and the solution. Everywhere, what are you wired to see? Do you see solution? When you see solution in every situation, then you will be able to do a proper profiling of people, places, platforms, and wherever you find yourself. And then when you look, you are able to have the secret, then you are positioned to solving that problem. So the point of solution is a positioning by Eduvention, where you are just the only man standing to say, hey, go this way. And everybody files in to follow your cue because you have the secret. So the man that has the secret also plays the drum, beats the drum for other people to dance. So what solution you have determines where you stand. You have solution for issues in the valley. You solve problem in the valley. You have mountainous
but something just crossed my mind. Dr. James Komolafe. Sometimes we have solutions, but we're not positioned to be able to enact these solutions. For instance, we are in Nigeria. There are policies that are making life a
bit tight
for the citizenry.
Yeah.
You and I probably have the 101 economic solutions that the government
Eduvention teaches you to know which is the optimal to use, which is the efficient and effective. It can be effective and not efficient.
Right. And
so you look at
you have solution. You know what
immediate, intermediate, long time.
Are you even listening to me?
Okay, let me listen to you.
Thank you. So what happens when you have solutions but you are not positioned to enact those solutions, implement?
Well, you need to let me know what precise thing you are talking about.
I just gave you an example.
Eduvention is not a general thing.
Okay. For instance, prices of commodities are soaring. And I believe that it's the trickle effect from the removal of fuel subsidy and the problems we have in our transportation system.
Yes.
I know that fixed transport, fixed transport, and you see the attendant result in inflation. I also know that how to fix transport is easy.
You know, we have policy makers.
And I'm saying that I have
and you are not in government.
I have a secret. I have the secret. And I have the solution.
To engage government.
No. At this point, I would engaging
because we are looking at a political economy now. It's no longer about joint assembly and journalistic entity.
Prowess, right?
Yes. So
but what happens in cases, and it happens, I'm just giving you an example, it happens in smaller spaces where you're in the family, you know that this would just be the solution to it. That's your secret. You have seen it with your sight, and you know, and this is it. It's not nobody. You are not positioned to enact and implement that solution.
Now, what you should know, Joy, about positioning by Eduvention is the fact that when people see answer, they know this is answer. So positioning thing is not what people give to you.
So how then would I become
you solve problems, people receive solution, they are happy for you, and they give you the right of way. So, for example, when you hear this cliche, and allow the youth to run, let the youth also lead. The youth can't just lead because they are youth. Something must come out of them as a flow upon credible flaws. Solving problems.
Dr. James Komolafe, are you saying this because you're not a youth? Because
I am a youth. I'm in my youthful age.
Well, you say so. You say
and
so.
Everyone who has left this country in their time.
I don't want us to take us to that conversation because there are intentional ways to stifle the growth of youth in politics. But let's come back to Eduvention.
Okay.
How can you position to always bring that solution that you've got?
Good. 1, know who you are. 2, know what you have. And 3, find where what you have is needed.
Right.
We call it niche market, niche product, niche service. You are not omniscient or omnipotent or omnipresent. Nature and life has so much done it that way that wherever you find yourself, nature, nurture, culture has a way of redefining your entity vis-a-vis your space and your society. You wonder why my nose is not the pointed type.
Why is
because
that?
We are here in Africa. And all of that. So
you didn't have to answer that.
And wired for your space.
Sure.
And so when you know who you are, what you have, and you develop it, they have a way of speaking to you inside out.
Okay, with that we move on now to the next one.
Create an energetic match to attract problems and solve problems.
To attract and solve problems.
Yes.
Right. We move on now to situation. That's number 5 of the positioning. Situation. What analysis and intervention can you give a situation?
Right. Life is full of the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you say, don't just pray that, oh, I won't see bad thing, I won't see. No. That thing came out bad because there is a solution to make it good inside you. There was nothing like fan before. We're all using, possibly in the medieval times, we're using leaves to blow air and all that. The first time I hit Lagos in those days, there was nothing like pure water. It was ice water.
The one they put in the most unhygienic environment.
Somebody just felt, no, we could improve on this. And before you know it, you found that this situation will not serve in all cases, and improved on it. So your capacity to utilize creativity to be able to engage society on a better platform is a position.
Exactly.
So if you can see it with it, then you can build it without. And once you do that, it positions you, it brings you out of the crowd.
Right. So number 6, strategy.
Yes, strategy matters a huge lot. And it is the bridge between the situation you find on ground and the solution you have at hand. Your capacity to bridge situation on ground to solution at hand is strategy. So that when you connect the two, you create access, you create capacity, you create life, you make life meaningful and create businesses for people and for yourself. You solve problems. So strategy matters a huge lot. And what is strategy? Your capacity to identify what is on ground and to see the best way to meeting it, solving it, making it better, conducive, convenient, in a most simplistic order that yields you the best outcome.
Right.
Very vital.
Showcase.
Yes. What do you have to show? When you show me what you have at the right place and platform, people will patronize you. So your capacity to dig deep into yourself, to find your own uniqueness and to bring it out. You see, each time you bring out your show, you know what? You will attract the good, the bad, and the ugly. Some will drop off and some will stick to you. So what you show determines how you grow and glow out there. even when you don't work for Globalcom. So very vital. Every one of us has something to show
right.
and to showcase. So it's a no-grow show. You know, you grow it and show it.
Right.
Your 3Ds. You discover it, you know. You develop it, you grow, and then you deliver it.
You show.
You show.
Are people still stuck in knowing where they need to know that?
We have proliferations of schools and all of that out there, but incidentally and apparently, they are not pointing us to who we really are on the inside. It's not enough reading things and studying things and having all the certificates. You need to be able to unbundle from the inside out to meet a measure of problems, converting them to productions. So any school or certification you have that does not directly translate into solving problems make you another problem on its own.
Okay, quickly we move on now to symptoms. When I saw symptoms, I was like, symptoms? I mean, I can understand others, but symptoms? What do you mean by symptoms?
You feel it yourself. Where everybody comes around and say, wow, very excellent, very good. So, not good enough. We can still do this.
Does it always have to be that?
This or that. Because when it is symptom, you are the only one feeling it. The stay is only on you. Why? Because of that capacity and the locational advantage you have than every other person.
And not to mention the vision you have as well.
Yes. So you just sense it and say, wow, no, it can be better.
It can
and when you
better.
come out, people say, wow, we didn't see it that way. Because you sense the symptom.
Okay. So quickly we move on now to season.
Yes. There's time for everything.
Okay.
There's a season for everything under the earth. So if you walk into some certain seasons, every season is embellished. It carries the good, the bad, and the ugly. So if you can tap into that knowledge space, and know what obtains per season and what people will want, where they will want it, where they are bereft of how to get it, and you step into that season, you size up. So very vital. The season you relate with, appreciably and appropriately, will also earn you a positioning.
Wow.
So going to sell ice water during cold season
might not necessarily
get you conventionally descriptive. So you need to be able to flow and follow.
So know what the seasons are.
Know what the seasons are and who relates and reflect to that season and what are the needs of the season. Who needs what, where and how. Those are the questions Eduvention is asking in order to get you positioned. Otherwise, you face opposition for life.
So know your season. Know
your seasons, know the seasons around you. Your own seasons and the seasons around. So that you can find your place and take your space.
At last, we got to number 10.
Wow.
We got to number 10. And number 10 is...
Service! Just serve out your life.
Right.
It becomes a natural template to serve out your life. Where you find your size, your site, your secret, your solution, your situation, your strategy. Wow! You are ready to blow. To blow out. In service. Sacrificial service. The Fanafi principle holds sway here. And what is Fanafi? Find a need and fix it.
Right.
You become a fixer any day because you are positioned. So service is the bottom line. Serve with a milk of kindness. Serve out of concern, care. You are a pastor, you are an educationist, you are an academic, you are a business person, you are an engineer. Service. Make it the bottom line, a common denominator for all. And then you are positioned. So idleness fits no one.
Idleness fits no one.
The bread of idleness, rather, fits no one. So serve. What do you need to serve? Willingness. What do you need to serve? Your area of authority. so that you can use what you have to get what you want when you serve others.
That's very interesting.
So
Dr.
you want
James.
to be positioned? These are 10 facilities offered for grabs by Eduvention for anybody, anywhere, anytime, in any situation.
Okay, Dr. James Komolafe, it's always wonderful to have you. And at this point, I think I must thank you for being part of the program. It's been wonderful. Thank you.
And you see, we have a free gift for every listener out there who wants to be positioned. All you need to do is to send to Joy Asonye Live on this number that she displays, so that we can test through to the waters of Eduvention and to see how positional you have been and what are the limiting factors, self-sabotaging factors that are hindering your own progress in the way of Eduvention. You are either standing or sitting or lying.
And I'm hoping you are standing and moving, not lying or sitting.
It's not a talk, it's a walk.
So, Dr. James Komolafe, I thank you so much for being part of this. Like he said, you can always Google Dr. James Komolafe and you'll get resources as to what he's discussing right here. So, thank you for being part of today's edition.
Thank you, Joy Asonye, and thank you everyone out there. I hope you are positioned already by Eduvention.
He has said it all. This is where we draw the curtains on Joy Asonye Live today. Have a wonderful and restful evening. Rest assured, we'll be back tomorrow.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why at Captain Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
we blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At Captain TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
and around the world to create signal.
At Captain Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on Captain TV, imagine a beautiful world.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why At Captain Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
we blaze the trail in broadcasting.
And it is about you.
At Captain TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
and around the world to create signal.
At Captain Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on Captain TV, imagine a beautiful world.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at Captain Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
we blaze the trail in broadcasting.
And it is about you.
At Captain TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
and around the world to create signal.
At Captain Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on Captain TV, imagine a beautiful world.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at Captain Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
we blaze the trail in broadcasting.
And it is about you.
At Captain TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
and around the world to create signal.
At Captain Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on Captain TV, imagine a beautiful world.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.